How much does this spider really love to eat? A catfish several times bigger than herself was quickly devoured by her. After tasting the delicious catfish, Ellie decided to eat all the monsters in this place. She then used her teleportation skill and arrived at the lower levels of the maze to search for earth dragons. At this moment, there was a sound ahead, and Ellie hurried over to check. It turned out to be a giant snake, which not only had an enormous size, but also had terrifying skills. Watching the giant snake leave, Ellie realized that the lower levels of the maze were filled with many high-level monsters. She decided to challenge the earth dragon next time. However, the very next second, the maze suddenly trembled violently. In the direction where the giant snake had just left, Ellie wanted to investigate, only to see the giant snake fighting the earth dragon. The giant snake coiled around the earth dragon, then used gravity magic to suppress it. Just as the giant snake was about to finish off the earth dragon suddenly reacted, and quickly began to counterattack with magic. In the blink of an eye, the situation reversed. The giant snake, which had been so proud moments before, was now being ruthlessly torn apart by the earth dragon. Ellie watched as the giant snake, far stronger than herself, was instantly killed by the earth dragon. Faced with such a bloody scene, Ellie felt some fear, but more than that, she wanted to become stronger. At that moment, a flash of light struck Ellie, and a powerful force knocked her back. After witnessing the earth dragon's strength, Ellie realized the gap between herself and the earth dragon was too wide. She decided to return to challenge the earth dragon's meat at another time. After discussing with several department heads, they all agreed that it was better to level up by hunting monsters first. Ellie then began fighting monsters, while practicing her skills. In an instant, the frog monster was wiped out. Although the power of the evil eye Ellie awakened was enormous, the side effects were also significant. As a result, Ellie was injured. After healing herself with recovery magic, she went back to fighting monsters to level up. But the very next second, she encountered an earth dragon. She couldn't even defeat one earth dragon, let alone face two at once. Without thinking, Ellie immediately used her teleportation magic to escape. As she fled, Ellie felt conflicted, wondering whether she should teleport out of the maze, or face the earth dragons head-on. In the end, her desire to level up overcame her fear, and she decided to defeat the earth dragons. But the real issue was how to avoid the earth dragon's earth spikes magic. Suddenly, Ellie had an idea. If she stayed in the air, she could not only avoid the earth spikes, but also easily dodge the dragon breath. However, the premise of all this was that the magic bees would not interfere. Ellie recalled the time when she had just fallen into the maze and was chased by magic bees. But now, Ellie was strong enough to crush tens of thousands of magic bees. The reason Ellie hated magic bees was that, just as she was thinking about how to kill the earth dragon, a magic bee stung her from behind. Fortunately, Ellie used recovery magic to heal the wound. Though the damage from the magic bee wasn't high, Ellie felt insulted. The next second, Ellie was stung again. She began to suspect that her detector wasn't working properly. Could it be that the magic bees were too weak? After enduring 2 consecutive insults, Ellie couldn't stand it any longer. She swore to exterminate the magic bees. Immediately, Ellie used her magic and launched an attack on the bees. She then started massacring the swarm. As Ellie unleashed her skills, the bodies of the magic bees fell like raindrops. Just as Ellie was feeling proud, a massive shadow appeared. Ellie looked up, and it turned out to be a giant magic bee. But after inspecting it, Ellie found out that its level was only 4. At that moment, Ellie's body gradually disappeared. It turned out to be Ellie's clone. She didn't want to deal with that magic bee, because her target was the beehive above. Ellie then exerted all her power. Multiple magic circles appeared, and they shot towards the beehive. With a loud crash, the beehive was destroyed. After slaughtering the bee swarm,